Yo, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Grace and peace be unto the 12 tribes of Israel. I pray everybody's having a good day so far.
Yeah!
Today we going into Psalm chapter 121. Psalm chapter 121. For everybody that has not been up on game, we going over the series of Psalms. If you are taking notes, all praise to the Most High. Continue to learn, continue to grow. If you're not taking notes, you're slowing up your growth. Don't stunt your growth. Encourage your growth. You're gonna be 7 foot tall by the time you're done learning from the book of Psalms. Now, today we're gonna I said we're gonna go ahead and touch on them. Go ahead and get a shout out to who's in the lesson today. What's going on, Decarius? Grace and peace be with you. Shalom, shalom. How you doing, your leisure? Peace be with you. And yes, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Emphasis on commenting after the videos. And of course, if you are in the chat and you got comments during the live chat, make sure you are commenting because that's the best way to learn. You want to learn? Continue to engage. Engagement shows that you actually are trying to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? You're actually in tune with what's going on. If you're not in tune with what's going on, then it's impossible to learn. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go to Mark chapter 14, verse 3, and we will get this started. Mark chapter 14, verse 3. And being in Bethany, as he sat at meat, and being in Bethany in the house of Simon the leper, as he sat at meat, there came a woman having an alabaster box of ointment of spikenard, very precious, and she broke the box and poured it on his head. And there were some that had indignation within themselves and said, why was this wasted ointment made? For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor. And they murmured against her. For it might have been sold for more than 300 pence and been given to the poor, and they murmured against her. And Jesus said, let her alone. Why trouble ye her? She hath wrought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she had poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached throughout the whole world, there shall also this that this woman have done be spoken of for a memorial of her. So whenever we bring out the true gospel of Jesus Christ, the Messiah, Hamashiach, Yeshua, whatever you call him, who's also known as Joshua, whenever we bring out this gospel, the message is given to the 12 tribes of Israel. Who are the 12 tribes of Israel? The people we understand are black, the slave descendants, those that are oppressed to this day and going through hell because they broke God's law, statutes, commandments. Whenever we bring out this gospel and bring it to those people, we're always going to remember the woman that put the ointment on the body of our Messiah, Jesus Christ. All right, let's get ready to dive on into it. Let's go to Psalm chapter 121, verse 1. I'm wrong spot. Psalm chapter 121, verse 1. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. Now he says, I'm going to lift up my eyes to the hills where my help comes from. Where does our help come from? Our help comes from the Lord. Who's taking care of us? Jesus the Christ, the Son of God. That's where our help comes from. The Bible, the scriptures, the law, statutes, commandments, the wisdom. That is what gives us instruction. That's what gives us direction. That's what causes us to believe that we need to do righteousness instead of believing that
Evil is good.
the best thing to do is to follow after righteousness. Because you follow after righteousness, then you're following after the correct path to live, and you are following after God because he is the standard for good. You following after the standard of good, then the Lord is happy. The Lord is up here
For the win.
and that's what the Lord and the angels are doing once they see that you are trying to follow the law, statutes, commandments, following the correct path. All right. So we will lift up my eyes into the hills from whence coming my help. Because guess what? You are going to focus on where the direction you need to go is coming from, where your help's coming from, where the one that loves you is. See, you need to focus on who loves you. A lot of us, what we do in this world is we focus on the ones that don't love us instead of focusing on who do love us. When someone does actually genuinely care about us and love us, guess what we should do? We should return that love. That's what God's waiting on us to do. Return the love that he gives to us. And if we don't return that love to us, him, he is going to return to us the same amount of indifference we give to him. Psalms 121 and 2, my help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. The creator is where it comes from. Verse 3, he will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. See, it says he that keepeth you. When he said he keeps you, means he protects you. He has you in his arms. He has you, you know what I'm saying? The scriptures talk about the Lord will not let go of any of his sheep. Well, you are one of the sheep, and he is going to retain you. He's going to protect you. You will not be able to not escape. You know, you're not going to be able to slip away out of his grasp where something bad happens to you. You're going to be safely kept. When he says kept, again, as preserved. When you're preserved, that means that you will be here in the end. When you're preserved, you're going to, it's like when you save something. You got some ice, you preserve it inside the freezer. If you take it out of the freezer, it's no longer going to be preserved. It's going to melt and it's going to become water. And what you want is you want to be preserved, kept in the same state that you are. What state we want to be kept in? A righteous state. We don't want to be kept in a wicked state. We want to be in a righteous state. We do not want to join all the rest of the people because we understand that
I'm surrounded by idiots.
we don't want to be with the crew. We don't want to be with the rest of the crowd. We want to be right where we need to be. All right. Let's read on Psalms 121, verse 5. The Lord is my keeper. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. Again, your shade, just like a tree produces shade, it covers you, it protects you. Same thing, he's a keeper. Just like you have a keeper of the sheep, you have a person that keeps the sheep, that protect the sheep. David protected the sheep. He kept bears and lions from getting to the sheep, so they were always safe because he cared for the sheep, just like our shepherd, Jesus Christ, cares for us. Psalms 121:6, the sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Again, when he says he'll preserve your soul, he's going to protect your mind. He's going to protect your mental. He's not going to let you to fall off into dumb thoughts. He's not going to let you believe things that is contrary to the truth. He does not want you to live a life of lies. So he wants you to live in the truth. To live in the truth, he's going to make sure he prevents all of the fiery darts of the wicked from seeping into you, from penetrating your spirit. And that way, when your spirit gets penetrated, what happens? You'll start to believe that
Evil is good.
and that's not what we want. We want to continue to believe that righteousness is good, that holiness is good. We don't want to go any other direction because we know we want to get to the Lord's house. And evil
We don't do that here.
is not what the Lord is going to allow to preside in his homeland. Okay? So we must remember that. Psalm chapter 121, verse 7 again, the Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. And if you start going around acting like God will not protect you, he is going to just turn his back on you.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
That's how he feels. And that's the absolute truth. You're absolutely, completely, 100% wrong if you believe that he's not going to do that. All right. You must always have 100% faith that the Most High got us. Psalms 121:8. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. So will God look out for us forever and ever?
Exactamundo, dude.
You're dang on right. He's not gonna let nothing happen to us. He'll preserve us. He'll keep us. And hey, thank you. I like what the Carries just now said. We won't be hung out to dry. That is a great thing. We will not be hanged. We don't want to. The Lord is always he's always gonna look out for us. He said, I will not fail thee nor forsake thee. That's something that we can always find solace in. And knowing that the Lord is always gonna keep you, he will never fail you.
Yeah!
That's how you got to always feel. You got to shout that from the rooftops. You got to always remember to show your appreciation to the Most High God for not only preserving you, but thinking about you to increase you, not just preserve you and leave you in a mediocre state, not just having you stagnant. Nah, he's not going to do that. He is going to increase you, so you're going to grow and get stronger and stronger. So that way, nothing in this world can take you out, and we will get to live with the Most High God forever and ever. Because we don't want to fall into the world with the rest of the children of the dead. What do you say? The congregation of the dead? And the congregation of the dead, every time I see them people, I'm like,
oh, Lord have mercy, another coon.
that's not, we don't want to join those. We don't want to join that crowd. We want to be in the crowd of the revolutionary minds of the children of God. The children of God are the soldiers of the Lord, the soldiers of Jesus Christ. Let's stay in the army of Jesus Christ and let's never depart. All right, Israel, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's day. I love y'all. Continue to grow in the spirit. This was Psalm chapter 121. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's evening. Have a good one. Peace.